Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Tissue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review of The Northman, the movie that just came out recently. Very interesting movie, but let me go over some of the details and then we'll get into it. This movie is rated R and yes, extremely violent. The runtime is 2 hours and 16 minutes. As of recording this on Rotten Tomato, we have this movie sitting at an 89% from the critics and a 67% on the audience. I'm leaning more towards the critics. I think this movie is just I know that Robert Eggers it's a little bit of an acquired taste, so we'll get into that when we get a little further into the review. But let me do a quick summary, this will be mostly spoiler free. Prince Amleth is on the verge of becoming a man when his father is brutally murdered by his uncle, who kidnaps the boy's mother. 2 decades later, Amleth is now a Viking who's on a mission to save his mother, kill his uncle, and avenge his father. This movie is directed by Robert Eggers and written by John, who's a poet, and Robert Eggers. So, uh, yeah, I mean, look, this is, as you read in the description, Prince Hamlet. That is, if you rearrange the letters, it's Hamlet. This is Hamlet. So I'll put that out there real quick. Let me go over the cast first, and then we'll get into more of my thoughts on the movie. This movie stars Alexander Skarsgård as the adult Amleth, Nicole Kidman as Queen Gudrun, Claes Bang as Fjorn the Brotherless, Ethan Hawke as King Aduvil War Raven, and Annie Taylor-Joy as Olga of the Birch Forest. Um, so let's talk a little bit about the performances first. I think Alexander Skarsgård, who pretty much carries this movie front to back. After the introduction of everything that happens, he just does a fantastic job. He has this physicality to him, like um, he just his body language, like the way he's just so imposing throughout the whole movie. And of course, has a lot to do with the way the movie is shot. So that a lot goes to the cinematographer and Eggers as the director, but he is just this massive brute that is fuming with revenge. Um, I really like the opening of the movie because it kind of takes you on this journey that it's familiar, because if you're familiar with Shakespeare and Hamlet and that story, you kind of know what's going to happen. Even if you've only seen the trailers, you know what's going to happen, right? Ethan Hawke just portrays this king as a really visceral character, like just very stout, and they have some, and this is kind of the where Eggers movies really get me. Um, they have a very surreal feel to it. Like I feel like it feels like it's a grounded movie for most of it, and then you get to this part, and if you've seen The Witch, you know what I'm talking about. You get to this points or these little scenes in the movie, and you're like, what the fuck is happening, right? I didn't mention William Dafoe in the cast. He has a very small role, but he's also fantastic. And there's a scene with him, Ethan Hawke, and the young Amlet. I don't have the actor's name on hand, but it's some of the weirdest shit I've seen in movies. But it's just beautifully shot, beautifully made, and just I don't know. Also, the Norse mythology that comes with all of this. Like I'm a big fan of Norse mythology, as far as in just on a very high surface level. There's this one scene where this is a minor spoiler, where they play this Icelandic sport, which is very accurate. I went online after watching the movie and kind of fell on this rabbit hole, but it's like this. I call it murder lacrosse because it's like this really old school version of what it looks to be like lacrosse. Uh, so all that stuff I really find it very interesting. But then we get on the other side, not so much the historical aspect of it, but the more meta textual aspect of it and the more surreal aspect of it, with characters like Olga, who is portrayed by Anna Taylor-Joy, who I really enjoy. She's worked with Eggers in the past before she was in The Witch, which I believe that was the first role I ever saw her in. Like that stuff is really cool as well. Like it really makes you feel like you don't know what's going on, and then all this is set in the the Norse Icelandic, these plains, and just kind of like these settings that are feel very surreal, because it almost feels like a place like that should not exist on Earth. So as I mentioned, this movie super violent. There's a lot of violence in it. If you're squeamish, if you don't like any of that stuff, I definitely don't recommend you watch this, or maybe you will wait till you can watch it at home because you can take a pause and walk away from it. But man, yeah, this whole movie just it has so much stuff that I like and I really enjoy. And I think Robert Eggers just he brings stories that even though they feel like should feel familiar, just sometimes like he has a very interesting twist to them. So yeah, I don't know what else to tell you this. If you want my full review, you can go check out on Letterbox. But overall, highly recommend this movie. I can't believe there's so many good movies at the theater like right now. We have this, we have Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, Everything Everywhere all at Once that I still need to watch. And then we have all the blockbuster stuff, which I really enjoy as well. So it's just a really fun time to be a movie fan. But let me know what you thought of this movie. Let me know if you enjoy other Eggers movies. I know he's got a few out there that, like I said, I think he's a bit of a divisive director because his stuff's really not for everyone. It's just not. It's just something like it can get really weird. I'll say that. The Lighthouse that was a little bit too weird for me. I like stuff like this, The Northman and The Witch, a little bit better. So, but yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Sundays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, movie reviews, all this stuff. Remember to join us on our lives. We love talking to the chat during the live episodes. We will be talking about the Batman on the upcoming live. And stay tuned because we had just a bunch of cool stuff prepared for the summer and the big blockbusters, more MCU stuff. We have some theory videos about Love and Thunder, so go check that out in the channel. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.